Craziness. Good, good. Well, listen,
It's good.
guys.
It's all good.
So we've got Jeff Jacklich here in a different background than he
Yeah.
was yesterday,
Yeah.
and that is because he's in two different time zones away in
Yeah.
Pontiac, Michigan, at his brand new 5-month teaching gig, the Wesson Lawn Tennis Club. 25 words or less. How is it?
Well, the my living situation is fantastic. It's
Okay.
right here at the club, so I get to look out my balcony every morning and look at the beautiful grass kingdom below me. It's
Tennis courts.
fantastic.
What you said? 24.
24, yeah, 24 ryegrass courts, and just starting I think the second cut right now. So it's actually raining right now a little bit. So we're going to be ready to go Memorial Weekend.
Okay.
And
Good.
the grass is looking good. It's done doing its dormant thing in the winter, and it's looking nice.
Just make it stop raining, and that would be
That's
good.
right. That would be good.
That would be good. Well, look, I know you're crunched on time. You got a meeting coming up here in about 17 minutes. So let's just do this. Let's do a short episode on a drill that that might be fun. We actually had a coaching webinar with a private coaching webinar with a student today, and what we'd like to do is at the end of the webinars is give everyone a 30-day practice plan, and one of them part of the practice plan is to be able to know how to talk. Are constraints. So with this particular student, trying to work with him on increasing his first serve percentage, and I thought that you suggested a great drill for him, which was first to 40. And what happens if you're the server in singles or the server in doubles, and you're the first one to 40? Jeff, describe the drill or describe the constraint. And this is a practice match. This is a practice set. But describe the first to 40 constraint.
Well, like, I think we talked about this maybe a few episodes ago about, in practice, if you're having trouble closing out a match, well, you only get to that one place once in a match.
That's right.
And it took you an hour to get there.
Yeah.
So playing with constraints allows you to speed up that process and actually feel actual pressure moments in practice sets.
More than just at 6, 5, 40, 30.
Right. I got there once today.
Yeah.
Right. Well, when you start using constraints, you get there. You can get there. The opportunity to get there every game is there.
That's right. That's right.
And so the one we used today was if you get to 40 first, or when you get to 40 in your in your service game, if you get to 40 in your service game, when you get there, from that point on, the rest of the game, you get one serve. And so now all of a sudden you're going to be aware of the importance of getting that first serve in. You're going to be much more aware of not thinking, oh, I'm going to take my chances here and throw the big bomber on the first serve. Of course, you haven't made the big bomber yet the whole set, and now you're going to...
The whole set? How about since 2010?
Right. And now what you're going to do is you're going to rely on the big bomber to get you out of this tight situation.
Or to close the door and get the deal done.
Yeah, to get it done, but you have no confidence in it. It's going to be great if you make it, but the chances of that are, you're serving that serve maybe at 5%. So you start understanding that the pressure is, if I put a ball in play, now the pressure's on that guy, on my opponent, because the game is on is on his strings at that point too.
So you're saying giving him some. Well, so for example, if it's 40-15, I'm serving as 40-15, whether it's singles or whether it's doubles, I now get one serve for the rest of the game.
For the rest of the game.
I see. Okay.
Right.
So if it gets to deuce,
if
it gets to deuce, I'm still going with one serve.
Right.
Okay.
Because the same thing happens. You guys, they get to deuce, and now I'm going to see if I can throw the roundhouse punch or the roundhouse kick and see if I can end this deal. And it's just too much of a roll of the dice. We all have days that the serve is clicking, and that's really wonderful, but that's not every day.
Yeah.
And so you got to have a much more secure plan to execute a good serve, be able to hit your target, which is way more important than hitting an extra 10, 15 miles an hour. Hitting your target is just huge, and making a lot of first serves is huge with both those qualities.
Look, we had a student, I think it was last week, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, but he was saying how he would get to 40 love in doubles and just kind of go, well, this is like a throwaway point, because even if we lose this point,
right,
I'm still up 40-15. And you and I couldn't see you because it was a webinar and I couldn't see you, but I could just sense that you're just going, oh, no. Right. And so, and his thing was, it's 40 love, I'm going to go for the big, huge bomber.
Right.
And look, we've all hit the big, huge bomber in our lifetimes, sure. But why risk, number one, losing that point?
Right.
Why risk, maybe it's kind of like, I think the example I brought up was in the Major League All-Star game, the day before, the night before they have the All-Star game, they have the home run hitting contest.
Right.
And it's typically whoever wins the home run hitting contest for the rest of the year, his swing is all messed up.
Right.
So what's not to say that 40 love, you go for the big bomber, you lose the point. Now you've lost the rhythm.
Right.
And once you lose the rhythm, then you start going for the big bomber because you got zero confidence.
Right.
So
and then you lose that point. Let's say you get your second serve in and it's a big fluff ball, and now it's 40-15, and you know what I mean. Point to point, tennis is a very closing out a set is a very elusive animal.
And it can go away like that.
Yeah, it is. In search of Bigfoot. I mean, it's like it can. I thought I saw it, and then I thought I saw the end of the set, and then I guess I didn't.
Yeah.
So it's just it's important, and I know that the other we've used other 40 love constraints as well. That put that pressure on, but it seemed that appropriate. Another way you can do it is simply track. If you don't think this is like this is actually like boots on the ground experience, start tracking when you decide you're going to go for the big bomber, and be honest. How many did you make this set?
Right.
And did you make the second serve? And did you win the point?
Yeah.
So it's three things you want to track. If you're actually going to do that, take a set and do it the way you would normally do it, even though that it doesn't work out, you're having trouble with it or whatever. Do it an actual track and get the numbers.
Yeah.
And then you're going to look at it and you're going to say, hey, you know what? Gosh, this is obviously, I'm rolling the dice and the dice are loaded and I don't know it. Yeah. Against me.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, look, guys, the beauty of this thing, as Jeff pointed out in the beginning, is it recreates a common match play situation. But this common match play situation happens infrequently. It's and like he says, it's taken you an hour in a practice match just to get to that, or 45 minutes just to get to that point.
Right.
And now you're there, and so why not create a situation where you can practice that big moment, where you can practice that thing, and I love that constraint. So good. Well, listen, what do you got going for the next week? I mean, this is your first week there. What's on your agenda for the rest of the week?
Well, because, obviously here in Michigan, Pontiac, there's actually snow on the ground in the wintertime and the ice melts and all that. So the building gets shut down a certain way and all that. So really we're going to be just prepping the club, the furniture, the deck furniture, all the stuff, the stuff, all the behind the scenes stuff that when the members finally walk in Memorial Weekend, it's going to look like paradise, So we're going to have to get in there and start doing that tomorrow, and it's going to be fun.
How does someone who's in the Midwest or that area in Michigan, if they want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do it?
Right now, the quickest, easiest way would be to use our link at Let Us Know. Would be the easiest.
Yeah. So that email is let us know at goldballhunting.com. LETUSKNOW at goldballhunting.com. That'll go straight to Jeff. And yeah, that sounds great, man. Well, listen, I'm happy for you. And it's going to be a great experience. 5 months, 150 days should be interesting. I'm assuming that it's one of those things where it's 150 days really without a day off, right? You just kind of go wall to wall the whole time?
Yeah, kind of. The club is closed on Mondays, but basically, it's but it's nothing that it's actually going to be 4 months shy of what I used to do at Silverado, which was 9-month gig, with the hotel and the club there, and that was just nonstop putting on the show. That's so
good.
5 months is
piece of cake.
Boom.
Piece of cake. All right, man. Listen, I'm happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Those guys have got a great deal. I'm sure they're getting the better deal. So, well, listen, guys, one thing we did not mention today at the beginning was free private coaching call with me and you and Jeff, the three of us. We get in the call, and again, it's private phone call, and just got to bring the one thing in your game right now that you feel is holding you back from taking the next step. And that next step could be reducing your skill level range, which you've been with us at all. You know what we talk about when we talk about skill level range. And it could be one little thing in a stroke that if you get that thing ironed out, you've kind of knocked over the big domino in the rest of your game.
Could be one little thing up here too. A little wrench on the old nugget might actually make a difference.
And in my case, it would be minuscule because I already have a small thing up here, so it wouldn't take too much. So, guys, the way to get on that coaching call, go over to goldballhunting.com. First name, email address, click the button, and you get access to our online calendar where you can pick a time and date that works best for you. Jeffrey, this is your time, man. This is the moment in the podcast where it's your thing. Go ahead and roll, man. It's you.
Well, we'd love you to like us, share us. Please subscribe. Let us know what you think down below.
Outstanding. Guys, get out there today. Come on. Do it. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Jeff will do this on day 2 from Pontiac, Michigan.
Let the games begin. I can't wait.
All right.